What is general education by definition? It's the part of a liberal education curriculum shared by all students. It provides broad exposure to multiple disciplines and forms the basis for developing important intellectual and civic capacities. General education can take many different forms. Some key phrases here: it's shared by all students. It gives a broad exposure to multiple disciplines. It's the basis for intellectual and civic capacities, and many different forms, such as it could look like this program, which includes a first-year seminar. It has a senior capstone experience at the end, and then has the space for exploration and hitting those different fields in the middle. It could look this way, where it's very vertically aligned. So you have a foundational with the first-year seminar, and again, that exploration of fields. Then you have something that happens in the second and third year where you dig a little deeper, and then you pull it all together at the very end in an integrative aspect. It could look like this. Wow, that maroon and orange sure look beautiful together, don't they? It could be a distributive model where students all take the same requirements, but perhaps some students choose something like a minor or a cluster to complete some of those credits in a thematic way. It can go by many different names. We could call it general education. We could call it liberal studies or liberal arts or liberal education. Sometimes those words are used interchangeably. Some call it a core curriculum. It's a little more historical when every student took the exact same 5 courses. Most now are a broader version of that. It could also be called an integrative model or an integrated experience. Most gen eds these days look like a distributive plus. There's the distribution of credits plus there's something else that makes it special, unique, something that works well for that institution. What is gen ed to some students? As one engineering student told me in a focus group, oh, you mean that crap outside my major? And if that wasn't enough, another student on our campus wrote a whole article titled "An Unnecessary Burden on STEM Students." And if you've read any of your campus surveys, you'll at some point see a student say, "A total waste of time and money." Pick your year, you're going to see that quote. But what about what is gen ed to other students? When we ask them about their courses, then suddenly they have a little different perspective. For instance, students taking a intro bio class called How Animals Think. I really enjoy this course and think that the material is very interesting and can be applied to so many different careers. Or if they're taking the ethics of autonomous vehicles as an intro philosophy class, I really like the thought processes and ethical tools we're learning about as they're applicable to many cases. The class discussion are always interesting. And if they're taking Seeking Sustainability 1 and 2, which is an intro geography, it has been such a great semester and year. This course has really brought a new perspective on life to me. And this course changed my education and what I'm doing with it. So thank you. So again, not all doom and gloom, wide range of perspectives about what is gen ed, what does it mean to students? What do we want it to be? We want it to be that shared experience of all students. So students like this, where one's an engineering major, one's a business major, one's majoring in a foreign language, all come together in an intro geology class to study natural resources in another country and then present on it at a poster session. We want it to be a complement to the major. They have the deep disciplinary knowledge they develop from the major. Let's say in this case, the major is, geography. But then they study art history and to figure out how is that geography, how's that culture, how has the world changed over time? So it informs that deep disciplinary dive in the major. We hope students leave these courses with a variety of tools and fields for their toolkit for making sense of the world. Here in an environmental science class, again, students from all different majors looking at the world differently. What would it look like to look at the world as an environmental scientist? And you get those variety of perspectives. In this class, it's an entrepreneurship class. Again, variety of majors taking on issues all over campus. I'm sure in this case, they're trying to solve the parking problem, which again, forever and always. but it's students from a variety of perspectives bringing those different major lenses and the knowledge they've gained from their major to a common perspective. It's a place to follow your passions and interests. So here's a studio art class for non-majors. So students don't have to leave their interests and passions and things they've developed through 18 plus years of their life. They can continue those and pursue them even deeper at the college level. And finally, most importantly, is to develop a citizenry in an informed democracy. So in this case, students in this class, it's a reacting to the past history class where they reenact historical situations. In this case, I believe the King of France is there's about to be a coup. The citizens are about to stand up and throw paper balls at the king, who's going to run off scared away from France during the revolution. So this is students' chance to practice for the real world. Okay, so how do you know if your gen ed's working, and how do we change it if it's not? Well, that's a story for another day.